Greetings, greetings, greetings. Shout out to everybody who's here, everybody who's diving deep. Deep divers, I told you. Oh, yes. We're right on time, deep divers. We got a whole lot to talk about. Like I say, we don't play games, deep divers. What are you doing, Ralph? Raising the frequency. What are you doing, Ralph? Raising the vibration. I'm just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And deep divers, I just put out a video. It's already gone viral. But as always, we don't stop, can't stop. We got to keep it moving. Ralph Smart reacts to what's going on. A lot of things are going on, deep divers. Also, send your prayers to DMX. Also, make sure you are spreading good energy out there into the universe. 1984. We got a lot to talk about, deep divers. We got a whole lot to talk about. But first, shout out to everyone who's here. Remind yourself, love is the answer. Remind yourself, love is the answer. I hope you are controlling your mind. I hope you are being as free as you can be. We're raising the vibration. Deep divers, let's raise the frequency. Let's raise the frequency and give thanks, deep divers. Raise the frequency and give thanks every single day. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. I see all of you. I see all of you. Once again, there's something you want to say, make sure you say it. And let me give a shout out to everyone who's been getting the book Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the-book. Let me shout out to everyone who's just joining us. We're just here. Make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button and tell someone Ralph Smart is live. So once again, deep divers, let's raise the frequency. Oh yeah, you're enjoying those rhythms, deep divers. Okay, it's feeling like we're at some kind of island right now. We got a whole lot to talk about. Like I told you, deep divers, we got a lot to talk about. Can we get that music as well? Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Once again, deep divers, I want to remind you. Let me go back to this. Let me use this background. This is a good background. I want to remind you that gratitude, that's how we start of the day. Gratitude is key. This is the reason why I can just do a live stream. I've already put out a video. It's already gone viral. Like I told you, it's only because of gratitude. Let me read some people's comments and let me shout out to everyone who's diving deep. I see a lot of people writing. I see a lot of people in the chat, but like I say, give thanks, plain and simple. If you don't be one of those people who are just typing, make sure you give thanks. Love is vibration. You are appreciated. Thank you for all your help in this chaos. Well, that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. That's what I'm here to do. And I always tell you, I'm an OG in the game. I'm an OG in the game. And I've been here for a long time. A short while, actually. But the reason why I can speak about what I'm speaking about is because I've always been speaking about this, right? Nothing has changed. James, you are appreciated. I've always been speaking about this. Nothing has changed, but it's also because I've got a lot of experience. And when you've been doing something for a little while like me, you get wise. And right now on the planet, a lot is happening. What's going on? Right? What's going on? So much is happening. Where do we start? Where do we start? Right? Here to remind you, the world as we know it is never going to be the same. The world has changed forever. We can see that. If you go outside, you can see that. But also, a lot of people are now waking up. Protests all around the world. All around the world. Germany, the UK. A lot of people standing up for their freedom, saying, we ain't having it. And that's great to see. That's great to see. You see, I want to remind you, deep divers. I got this background. This is a chapel, right? Because what's happening on the planet is a spiritual awakening. Also, a spiritual warfare. And this is not something new. It's been happening for a long, long time. It's been happening for a long time. Many forces are on this planet, deep divers. Some that don't even like human beings at all. We'll get into that later. Let me shout out to everyone. Once again, deep divers, remind yourself to give thanks. Remind yourself. That is why I can put out a video. It's already gone viral. I didn't even check that video. I haven't even checked that video yet, right? But I can put out a video and it's already gone viral. And I'm doing a live stream. This is the work ethic of Ralph Smart. Even on the weekends, he's still inspiring your ass. And I'm going to give thanks to everybody here. I'm going to give thanks to everybody who's here. James, you are appreciated. I'm going to give thanks to everyone who's giving thanks. Because like I told you, this is the people's show. It's not about me. It's about you. I've put out a lot of videos. I want to hear from you. So give thanks. I want to read your comment. This is an interactive show. Let's go. Jewel, you are appreciated. Let me give a round of applause to the wonderful Jewel and everyone who's here. You are appreciated, Jewel. I appreciate you. Thank you for that generous offering. Hi, mentor. Raising the vibration. Raising the frequency. Gratitude for all that you do for us deep divers around the world. Kudos to you. I appreciate you, Jewel. I appreciate you, and it's people like you who make the world go round. You are appreciated. Like I say, a lot is happening. And we're going to get into all of it. You've seen me dropping videos, shaking the planet, shaking the world. And we got a lot to talk about. Once again, send your good energy to DMX. I heard he's in critical condition. Pray for his soul. And also, I want to remind you, deep divers, a lot is happening. Remind yourself to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're taking care of your family. That's essential. One love to everyone. I'm reading every comment in the chat, deep divers. Every comment in the chat I'm going to read. Karen Dobson, you are appreciated. Hi, Ralph. I have no choice but to have the vaccine, as I need to take my kid back to the UK to see her dad twice a year. I don't want the vaccine. You are appreciated, Karen. Shout out to everyone who's here. The chat's going so fast, deep divers. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Gay Red, you are appreciated. You are appreciated, brother. I appreciate that. Chris McDonald, you are appreciated. Chris Moonchild. My bank account might be negative, but I feel so positive because of Ralph. Year after year, raising the frequency. He helps raise the consciousness awareness, and I know that the universe will return the love. Hey, Chris Moonchild, I appreciate you. You are appreciated, sincerely. Once again, deep divers, it's not about me. It's never about me. It's about all of us. It's about us all realizing right now we have to stand up for our freedoms. Right now we have to stand up for our freedoms. Love is vibration. You are appreciated. Thank you for all your help in this chaos. I appreciate that. I'm giving thanks to everybody right now. James, you are appreciated. Ralph, I'm 51. Father dead when I was 13. My light was gone. Wound up with a woman who used me for 20 years in my destruction and lowest. You brought me back to life. Words of power. Hey. Hey. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. So deep divers, remind yourself to keep your frequency as high as you can, because a lot is happening right now on the planet. And I want to remind you, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. Fear is the lowest frequency. And you have to move out of that. You have to move out of that frequency to boost your health. Every single day, don't allow yourself to be controlled by fear at all. So many beautiful deep divers here. Make sure you smash that like button, deep divers. We got a whole lot to talk about. So like I told you, deep divers, the awakening is well underway. Well underway. The awakening is well underway. And we have to remind ourselves that this is not the time to fall asleep. This is not the time to think that it's all gonna go back to normal when I wake up. No, there's only gonna be a change if you make the change. You'll only get your freedom back if you stand up for your freedoms. So I spoke about spiritual warfare. I've spoken about the inorganic ones who control the matrix. And the reason why I speak of the inorganic ones is because if you don't know about the inorganic ones, everything is going to seem like a foreign language to you. That's happening. You see, it's all connected, what's happening. So I told you I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for people who've already been there. However, a lot of these holy books, religious texts have been warning you that this day was coming. Judgment Day, Revelations, the Apocalypse, all of these names. And specifically, I talk of Revelation 13, 16 to 17. He causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one may buy or sell except he who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So the QR codes are well on their way. In fact, they're here. Now, I want to tie this in all together. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. I want to remind you that you are the 99%. And that means you are powerful beyond measure. You're so powerful that you got the inorganic ones working day in, day out. You got the inorganic ones working day in, day out to keep you under lockdown, because people are starting to wake up. People are starting to wake up, not just with the global pandemic, but also in their own personal awakening. People are starting to question everything. let me shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Okay, we started on time, deep divers. Where were you? Where were you? We started on time, deep divers. So much is going on. Let me read everyone's comment, because I don't want to just be the one talking anymore. I want to read your comments. I want to see where your mind is. Lady Sunrise, you are appreciated. I sent my song, Our Problem to Solve, to your email. Ignite our individual collective powers to co-create a new world. Hey, I like that. Hey, you got to send me the song before the show, but I appreciate that. I'm going to find that song. Definitely. You are appreciated. Let me give a shout out to Adam. You are appreciated, Adam. Thank you for being here, Ralph. High five from the handy state of Michigan, the state that looks like a hand. Hey, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. So, Ralph Smart reacts to what's going on. 1984, control your mind. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. So, in my book, Feel Alive, I spoke about why it's so important to feel alive every single day. Why it's so important not to take the small things for granted. You see, when you take certain things for granted, even something as air, you might wake up one day and that might be a luxury. When you take things for granted, like traveling, that you might wake up one day and that might be a luxury, right? So the world we're changing, the world we're moving into has changed so dramatically that people are just like, if I can get a holiday, that's a big thing, right? We used to take holidays for granted. Now it's like, gosh, I want to go to Spain, right? But how many checks am I going to have to undergo? Maybe I might need one of these deep divers just to travel. You see, this is the world we're moving into, and it's time to wake up. If you're not waking up, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, right? So we're starting to see. And this was in Florida, deep divers. The mayor, Ron DeSantis, issues executive order banning health passports in Florida. That's some good news. So how do we help loved ones wake up? Scott, you are appreciated. You got to be able to speak your truth even if your voice shakes. You see, you got to remind yourself that right now, it's not about you trying to wake up other people. You can't really wake up anybody. All you can do is live your truth. That's all you can do. You see, because I'm just sharing, the right people find me. But I'm never someone saying, hey, you have to see this, you have to see that. Right? So you don't want to force people to check out certain things. When they're ready, they'll see it. But you have to remind yourself, you got to be focusing on yourself. You got to be focusing on yourself to get into the right frequency and the right vibration. So, like I said, things are happening very quickly on the planet. And the reason why I put this in the thumbnail, this picture, right, is because this is a picture of a woman selling her soul to the devil. Now, once again, devil is just a metaphor which lives inside of you and me, right? Heaven and hell live inside of you. It's a state of mind. But you see, this picture is what many people, that picture describes how many people are every single day. Many people have sold their soul to a system. So it's a metaphor. We all have. And right now we have to get our soul back before it's too late. let me shout out to you, Lynn. You are appreciated. Like I say, whenever I do these live streams, the chat goes so fast, it's hard to keep up. Deep divers, but I'm going to keep up, right? We're going to keep up. We're going to keep up, right? We're going to keep up. We're going to keep up. Lynn Winters, you are appreciated. Thankful, grateful. Thankful, grateful, and blessed that I am receiving the health and wealth and claiming my sacred sovereignty, one love, Ralph. Absolutely. That's beautiful, Lynn. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So right now on the planet, we're seeing things change so quickly. And I want to remind you that before the physical body, you are a spiritual being. And this is what the ancients knew, that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. But how the inorganic ones control people is to just lock them into the 5 sense reality construct. So we have to remind ourselves, from the moment you and I were born, we have been deceived. And this is why a lot of your friends and family members, they can't see what's happening on the planet. They can't see what's going on because a lot of people are still under a deep sleep. And I told you, that's what the film Get Out was about. Get out. Because you see, the inorganic ones, just like in 1984, they want a boot stamping on your face forever. Not only that, they want to control and own your soul. And therefore, to empower yourself, you have to control your mind before it's too late. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. So I want to remind you, we are the 99%. Second thing I want to remind you is that there's nothing to fear. Why is Ralph Smart not afraid? Because I told you, the universe works in my favor. Slow motion this side. You see, fear is what creates bondage. Fear is what creates suffering. Fear is the easiest way to control people. And right now, the good news is that a lot of people protest in Germany, Netherlands, Brazil, all around the world, even the UK, protesting today. People were protesting. People aren't allowing themselves to be afraid because they realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. So I want you to all remind yourself that the way out of this is to be a brave heart. You see, when you are fearless, this is a kryptonite to the inorganic ones. Slow motion this side. When you are fearless, this is the kryptonite to an inorganic one. How do you become fearless? You got to do your own research. You see, I told you, I broke down the music industry, right? I did that video on Lil Nas X, okay, who went viral. My video went viral, right? Nearly 200,000 views in a few days. So I told you that even in the music industry, the inorganic ones control it. And they employ these celebrities to just troll the hell out of you, right? Just to control you. But like I told you, if you are knowledgeable, you don't get mad at Lil Nas with a 666 shoe because you realize that's carbon, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. So what I'm reminding you is that, you see, the inorganic ones realized that the only way you could control human beings was through duality, good and bad. And that's why Shakespeare said nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So when you realize that you don't have to be afraid, you now take back your power. Stop being afraid of hand signs, deep divers. Ralph, is this Illuminati? No, deep divers, it's not Illuminati. Do you even know what Illuminati means? It means illuminated one. I told you. That is a Gyan Mudra. You better educate yourself. You better learn about all of these signs. Because if you don't have knowledge of self, you're always going to be thinking other people are more powerful than you. So like I told you, you have to learn. Wait a minute, what's Eminem doing, Ralph? Oh my gosh, do you even know what he's doing? That's an Apanya Mudra. So I'm just breaking down the signs for you, right? I'm breaking down the signs for you, for those who are still ignorant about what these mean. These are called mudras, and this is what they knew in the Indus Valley. And therefore, you can empower yourself doing these. So I want to remind you, the inorganic ones control people by reversing everything. I told you, when you live in reverse, L-I-V-E, it becomes evil, E-V-I-L. So what's this symbol right here? It's the swastika, right? In Nazi Germany. Now, this seems like a very negative symbol, but actually, 5,000 years ago, the swastika, and it still is, it's a symbol of well-being. So unless you are educated, you would think that this symbol is bad. No, it's a very powerful, good symbol, right? Means well-being in the Sanskrit. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that the inorganic ones reverse everything. Let me give you another one. This guy right here is very feared in the Matrix. What's his name? Baphomet, right? So on the other side, you have something. Do you know what the name of that symbol is? Do any of you know the name of that symbol? Do any of you know the name of that symbol without going to Google? Do any of you know the name of that symbol? I'll wait. Do any of you even know what it means? You see, that's why knowledge is so important. Do any of you know what that symbol means? The two snakes coiled around each other. Do you know what that means? Thank you. Someone got it right. The caduceus. Right? The caduceus. So that's why I always tell you, knowledge is power. So this is an ancient symbol. The caduceus going all the way back to this place, ancient Egypt, right? So once again, you have to remind yourself the inorganic ones reverse everything. This is a very, very beautiful symbol. But you're afraid. So I'm tying this in to say that fear is what controls you. Ignorance is what controls you. And just like 1984, Orwell said, war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And that's how they control you. So you have to remind yourself that to control your mind means that you have to be educated. To control your mind means that you can't live in fear. We live in an inverted world. Absolutely. 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 So when you realize that you don't have to worry about these symbols, you have to do the research on them. You have to empower yourself. So we're now starting to see, deep divers, the temperature is increased on the planet. A lot of people are starting to realize that this mark they were talking about, let me bring it up again. Revelation 13:16-17, he causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one may buy or sell except he who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, like I said, the people who were writing these books, they already saw what was going to happen. And the mark they were talking about has already arrived. Because if you don't have that mark, in Saudi Arabia, Israel, you can't go into certain places. It's already here. So you got to remind yourself right now, that's at church, please take a seat, but you better scan the code first. So I want to remind you that it's time to wake up, because prophecies are being fulfilled as I'm speaking. You see, in the last days, you're going to start to see the lifting of the veil. You're starting to see the truth hidden in plain sight. You're starting to see that even the music industry, they're just telling you what they've already been doing. I told you. Little Nas X here, he's just a puppet. He's just a young guy who wants some fame, and that's it. But he doesn't realize that this is way bigger than him. Because you see, the inorganic ones have to control as many minds as possible. The name of the game is deception. And also, right now, I want you to remind yourself, deep divers, make sure you're not doing anything that goes against who you are. Because a lot of people do, and I told you, it's not just about celebrities selling their souls, it's about you. Everyday people. If you're going to a job you hate, you're selling your soul. If you're in a relationship you hate, you're selling your soul. If you're participating in a system that's not helping you, it's the same thing. So ultimately, we all have to remind ourselves the only way out is in. The only way out is in. Let me send a shout out to everyone who's here. Once again, deep divers, if you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. We're live, deep divers. Kesh, you are appreciated. Love and light to you, Ralph. You are truly an amazing being. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So like I say, deep divers, let's just warm up. Let's just, I want to hear from you. So this is to everyone who's been on this chat. Let me give you a gift. Let's just enjoy this. Oh yeah, deep divers, we're just doing that for you, right? Because I want to remind you, we often forget how beautiful the world is. Sometimes you're living in this world, you forget that beautiful places exist, right? So when we talk of controlling your mind, remind yourself you don't have to get sucked into their world of fear. You can choose to stand strong in your power every single day. You can choose to be a co-creator every single day. You can choose to say, actually, right now, today is the day when all my dreams get fulfilled. You see, it's a choice. Just like I told you, you see, the inorganic ones created an appetite for fear for you. And this appetite has got a lot of people hooked. This appetite has got a lot of people in fear. See, Farina, you are appreciated. See, Farina, you are appreciated. This appetite has got a lot of people addicted to bad news. So the solution is to get out of that bad news. Like I told you, I don't sell fear because fear is the lowest frequency. And we all have to be not drawn to the doom and gloom. This is how they control you in the media and everything else. So when you can learn to change your appetite, great things happen. Lacey, you are fabulous. I appreciate that. You are fabulous too. Let me give a round of applause to everyone who's here. So let me go back to 2014. A friend of mine, great mind called Aaron Franz, he gave me his book called The Age of Transitions, right? And he was talking a lot about transhumanism, posthumanism, singularity. So in a nutshell, transhumanism is when human beings integrate with technology. And it is an age of transitions. Right now, Elon Musk will tell you, you're already a cyborg. Pardon? You're already a cyborg. Pardon? You're already a cyborg. You're already a cyborg. Everybody in this matrix is already a cyborg. And when you realize this, you have a choice to make. You see, where is this all going? What we are seeing is a rise of machine. What we are also seeing, let me shout out to everybody. Like I say, Anthony, you are appreciated. Let me give a shout out to Anthony. Anthony Versi, you are appreciated. Love the background today. Oh yeah, you know, we're definitely in this space right now. Love the background today. Gratitude for you, Ralph. I appreciate you, Anthony. I appreciate you. You are appreciated. So when he gave me that book, The Age of Transitions, Aaron Franz, great book. He spoke a lot about transhumanism. And at that time, it wasn't a big thing. But now it is. People are now starting to wake up to say, actually, not only in some countries do you need a QR code, for example, in Saudi Arabia, you need the QR code to go to places, right? You need the QR code to be able to go to the supermarket, to even to travel in some places, right? A lot of airlines are saying you might need this if you want to go places. You might need this passport. Please check in. Even at church, you better show the QR code. Now, when you realize that it's bigger than even that, because what you're seeing is also the transformation of the human being. So with social distancing, which is an oxymoron, how can you be social and distant at the same time? Never mind. Adam, you are appreciated. With social distancing, and a lot of people have been programmed to be afraid of other people. Have you noticed that, deep dives? If you're walking, someone might just cross the street. Well, you're slowly seeing, like, shaking someone's hand is very rare, right? Shaking someone's hand is like, you should never ever shake anybody's hand right now, right? So you don't see people shaking anybody's hand. You don't really see people hugging each other either. So what does this mean? It means that you're starting to see that human beings are becoming AI, artificial intelligence, simply because they can't interact with other human beings. So the only one for them to interact with is the machine, is the AI, is the artificial intelligence. So this is what the inorganic ones had planned a long, long time ago. They want to create a condition where it's going to get so bad that you're afraid of other people, and all of these things are happening, that eventually you just choose just to be a cyborg, and that's it. But once again, it was already written. It was already written that this time would come. So a lot of people might be thinking, what power do we have? You see, you have all the power. You are the 99%. But I told you, how they control you is through fear. I told you. They created the duality of good and bad. They created it. And this is why they can control you. Because you see things based on positive and negative. And this is why the inorganic ones know that they can, like I told you, they can reverse everything. That's all it is. They just reversed everything and made everything that was good bad. This is a pentagram, deep divers, but if you cut open an apple, you're going to see the exact same thing. So I keep telling you, that's why it's so important. Knowledge is power. You have to remind yourself that knowledge will set you free. Knowledge will set you free. But you see, most people don't read. Most people don't really open their minds. And this is why a lot of people don't know the secrets. Right? This is why a lot of people don't know the secrets. Oh, Beyonce Illuminati, right? No, it's a Jihad Mudra, deep divers. Oh, Eminem. No, that's a Panya. That's a Pana Mudra. A Pana Mudra. That was 5,000 years before Eminem, right? 5,000 years before Eminem. They were doing that in the Indus Valley. So unless you really educate yourself, you're always going to be confused. And this is what the inorganic ones hope. They hope that you stay ignorant. They hope you stay ignorant, because when you're ignorant, they can control you. Little Nas X was a distraction. That's all. It was just a distraction. Because I told you, the devil lives inside of you. It's part of your mind state, your mindset. Heaven and hell live inside of you. So when you can observe something like this video and not get mad, then you're enlightened. Because I told you, you don't want to be controlled by external forces. Right? So this is the higher knowledge. They had to create and reverse everything. we have to remind ourselves there are many planes. There's the higher plane, there's the lower plane. We came here to ascend to the higher self. See, the higher self, the crown chakra, is when you become illuminated. It's represented as violet. That's the crown chakra. The red chakra, the root chakra, is really hell. And it's not a negative thing. It's just that the root chakra is the survival, right? That's why he had to put red here. That's why it's red here. Red, 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 right? So that just means the root chakra. That's all. Just the root chakra. And this is how they can control you. If you're just at the root chakra, you'll always be a slave. You want to ascend to the crown chakra. And that's illumination. Now there is no fear of anything. And this is how to control your mind and take back your power. Oh, we just broke it down, deep divers. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's here. Vienna, you are appreciated. You didn't leave a comment. You didn't leave a comment. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. 5D Life, you are appreciated. I'm out of the matrix. I teach and I didn't sign the contract for the next school year. Soon vax will be mandatory. Not taking the jab. Started online preschool teaching music, meditation, and mindfulness. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's great to see. And that's what I'm talking about. Like I say, you can stand in your power. You can stand in your power because we are the 99%. And that's a secret. You see, nobody is coming to get you. Nobody is after you. You hold supreme power when you reconnect back to who you are. I told you, everything is spiritual first. And it's not a physical war that's happening. It's happening in the astral realm. It's a spiritual war that's happening. And right now you're seeing that a lot of people are selling their souls. And their soul is the essence of who they are. And right now it's a choice to hang on to your soul before it's gone. Because I told you, the Lord of the Underworld needs souls to survive, you see. They need to collect as many souls as they can. And this is why they got to put out that music. It's really to steal your children's souls. It's really to steal your children's souls. That's what this is all about. And that's why I told you. You have to realize it goes way deeper than you think. And it's not just something that happened last year or the year before. It's been happening for thousands of years. History has a strange way of repeating itself. You see, same thing was happening 3,000 years ago. There was the same force on the planet which was trying to lower the frequency. There was the same force on the planet that was trying to control people. Same thing happening. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Listen to this.
Some music on the beat.
Sim beats on the track.
Just giving you some good vibes, deep divers. Just giving you some good vibes. Shout out to everybody who's here. Once again, deep divers, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and tell a friend we're live. I want to hear from you, deep divers. Let me know how your day's been going. Sava, Yoga, Tarot, you are appreciated. Thanks, Ralph. Our power is to not comply. We can't get money anymore, or a job, or entrance to a building, or a ticket, but we can say no. Hey, I like that. You really hit the nail on the head right there. Your power is in to say no. You see, that's the secret. Your power, we can say no. You see, you can use your voice. You can say no. Absolutely. You can say no. That's the one thing you have. That's your freedom right there. It is your self-expression. A lot of people always say, Ralph, but I'm scared. And I told you, don't worry, you're not alone. If you are scared to speak your heart and mind, don't worry about it, because you're not the only one. Many people are terrified. And guess what? They are controlled. And they are owned. Their soul is owned by the inorganic ones. They're a slave. So I want to remind you that you have to remind yourself, fear is how they control you. Fear is how they frighten you. Fear is how they collect your soul. But the moment you say, wait a minute, it's time to elevate. Wait a minute, it's time to rise up, find my power. Now you realize there's nothing to be afraid of. So, like I told you, what's going on is a great experiment, a test for you, because this is a learning simulation. This is a holographic universe. This is a learning simulation to say, can human beings get out of this one? You're going to have to be able to crack the Da Vinci Code. And to crack the Da Vinci Code, you have to learn that you got to do the science, right? You got to do the science to say, wait a minute, you were taught this was negative. No, this is just an apple. This is the pentagram, right? You were taught this was negative. No, this is the Gyan Mudra. So they control you through these signs, but you don't realize these same signs hold extreme power of elevation. That's why knowledge is so important, right? And the ones who control the world, they know this. So everything they use, because I told you, they can only control you through duality. That's the only way they can control you. Through duality. That's the only way. But like I told you, when you let go of fear, you can find your voice again. You can find your power again. You can find your strength again. Let me tell you this as well. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. Janet, you are appreciated, Janet. I appreciate you. You didn't leave a comment, though. You didn't leave a comment, though. Magical Universe. Let me shout out to Magical Universe. Magical Universe, you are appreciated. It's my birthday today. Wait a minute. We're sending you some good birthday energy right now. Have a good one. It's my birthday and I am in the heart of nature, sending love and light to everyone. That's what's up. That's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. So I want to remind you that right now you are being faced with probably the biggest challenge you're going to have to make. It's not the time to cry or be sad. It's the time to rejoice, because now is your chance to be free once and for all. Now is your chance to be empowered once and for all. The choice is between this or this. You can choose, deep divers. You can choose this or this. I mean, who looks more happy, him or her? Him or her? So we got to remind ourselves, we're all being presented with this choice, and we have to choose love over fear. We have to choose freedom over slavery. And you have to remind yourself the power is in the 99%. It always has been. It always has been. It always will be. Once again, shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. You see, you feel great. I feel good, deep divers. I feel blessed every day, because I can truly be free. I'm not controlled by fear, because I know better than that. And right now, you have to remind yourself, if you are someone who's like, I'm just going to be quiet, don't complain when this becomes mandatory in your country. Don't complain. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't complain. What's it going to take for us all to turn this around? That's the question. What is it going to take for us to turn this whole thing around? It's going to take bravery, courage, fearlessness, and also love, light, and also raising the frequency. That's what it's going to take. You see, bad things happen when good people watch and do nothing. This is why the world is in the state of sin, because good people have chosen to do nothing. Good people like yourself have chosen to be quiet. You're seeing your fellow brother and sister in pain and in agony. You're seeing your fellow brother and sister. And it can only continue if you're silent. And that's why there is some good news. More people are starting to realize, I've got to use my voice before it's too late. Remind yourself of this, deep divers. There's an Arabic word called maktub, which means it was written. See, I chose to come here to give you a message, but you also came here for a specific reason. Each one of us did. You got to find that reason for why you came on the planet. And you have to start living your truth. You see, there's no time to fool yourself. You see, you've been caught up in someone else's game. All of these celebrities, many of them who sold their souls, they got to do their job. I can't even blame them, because they're hustlers. And their job is to make sure your soul gets collected by the Grim Reaper. That's all their job is. And if they do their job well, they get paid exceptionally well. Because remind yourself, the inorganic ones, they created money in the first place. We'll come to that later. So you have to remind yourself that the whole system you live in, even these celebrities, are there to put you into a deep sleep. A deep, deep sleep. And when you are under a deep sleep, you'll do anything. Oh, what would you do for a Klondike bar? So it's time to wake up. And thank goodness the awakening is starting in so many countries all around the world. Once again, I told you, don't be bothered by people who might even call you a COVIDiot, a conspiracy theorist. The inorganic ones have all done this by design. It's called divide and conquer. So once again, if we go back to the symbolism, the swastika actually means in the Sanskrit well-being. If we go back to the symbolism, M&M, that's actually an apana mudra. If we go back to the symbolism, that's Satan. No, that's an apple. That's the pentagram, deep divers. You've been fooled. You've been tricked. So you have to educate yourself. Right? You got to educate yourself. Oh my gosh, Ralph, she's throwing up the... No, that's a Jnana Mudra, deep divers. You got to educate yourself. You got to educate yourself. And this is how awakening happens. It doesn't come through you reacting and being in your emotions. It comes when you're coming from a place of sound reasoning and also your intuition. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. T-Han Davis, you are appreciated. T-Han Davis, you are appreciated. Peace and gratitude, Ralph. I'm working on film to wake up people to what's going on with lockdown. I'm interviewing doctors and nurses who support the movement. Please wish me luck on finding funding. I'm wishing you good energy, good luck on your quest. And that's what it's about. You know, you need filmmakers. That's why I'm doing live stream deep divers, right? That's why I'm live streaming, because I said, if I can share with people in live time, the message can get out there even faster. You see, everything. Thank you, Ralph Smart from the cat down the road. Hey, cat down the road, you are appreciated. One thing I want to tell you, deep divers, is that we aren't all innocent in this. We have all collectively created this reality. And this is the only way you can get out of this reality. You have to take responsibility. Right? You see this woman right here, she's checking in. And this is the New World Order, where you got to check in. Now, reason why I'm telling you this is because she's smiling in this photo. But what she doesn't know is that, what doesn't she know, deep divers? Right? So we have to remind ourselves, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. Kenny, you are appreciated. Let me read some of these comments. We're going to get into this book, 1984, as well. Shout out to everyone who's here. So many beautiful deep divers. Kenny, Breezy, you are appreciated. Thanks, Ralph, for all you do. Blessings to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Once again, everybody who's on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers, and share this link. Adam, you are appreciated. You are appreciated, Adam. So, Orwell, war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And this is how they reversed everything in the Matrix. So I spoke about the industry, even the music industry. And I told you how you got to do certain things to get to certain places. You got to perform certain rituals to get to certain places. But once the industry is done with you, once the inorganic ones are done with you, they'll find someone else. Because in the industry, you're always replaceable. You're always replaceable. Doesn't matter who you are. Michael Jackson, Prince, you're always replaceable. Prince had the tattoo slave on his cheek. Prince had the tattoo slave on his cheek. Prince was worth over 300 million. $400 million. But the last photo taken of Prince, he was on the bicycle. It looked like it was shot with a potato. And this is the guy worth over $400 million. Something seems strange to me. But like I told you, the inorganic ones are only there to use. That's it. Once they've used you, they spit you back out. And that's why a lot of these celebrities, it ends bad for them, because you have no one looking out for them. Once again, you better pray for DMX's soul, deep divers, because his soul needs some good energy. Send DMX some good energy. But I'm just telling you that you have to remind yourself, in the industry, it's all about them taking you away from who you are. It's all about them taking you away from who you are. So you have to remind yourself, not only are there false idols, there's also a false reality. Leonard C., you are appreciated. I'm going to get to your comment in a second. You are appreciated. So I want to remind you, not only are there false idols, there are also false realities, false illusions. Because I told you, everything is in reverse. We live in an inverted world. That's the only way the inorganic ones can control you. So I keep telling you, everything once upon a time was pure. There was no good and evil. Okay, we hear stories of this in the Garden of Eden. But that's how it was. There was no duality as such. There was no, oh, that's good, that's bad. There was only observation. But you see, human beings, we are creators. But there's also a force which is around. Some people call it God, whatever name you have for it. There's also a higher force which lives in us, but also all around us and in everything. But you see, there came a point in time when human beings, they wanted to become the creator, the Alpha and the Omega itself. And that's why even now they're playing around with the weather. Even now, they are trying to become God itself. And they realize they can't become God itself. So they can become the God of artificial intelligence. And this is what they are gods of. This is what the inorganic ones are gods of. They're gods of the artificial world. Or, as they would say in the Indus Valley, the Maya. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. You are appreciated. The chat is going so fast. Mr. Leonard C, you are appreciated. Hey, Ralph, I've been catching up on some appreciation and offerings for the years of mentorship. I'm a spiritual and law of attraction coach as well. Your knowledge along the way has fine-tuned my life and teachings. I booked a private with you. Would love to connect. 1111. Godspeed, brother. Hey, you are appreciated. I see you. I see you. And definitely, like I say, you didn't give a song request. So let me play one for you. Okay. Because you've been so generous. Let me choose a nice song for you. What do you reckon? Let's go 80s, deep divers. Let's go 80s. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spirit. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed that, deep divers. That was for you, Mr. Leonard C. That was for you. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. So many wonderful deep divers. And this is why I do these live streams. I want to know how you are. I want to know what's going on with you. MS, Germany is hell. A lot of people are going through it right now. A lot of people are. And that's the first part of healing, is honesty. We have to remind ourselves right now it is a shit show on the planet. Michael Gibson, you are appreciated. You know, right now it is. And I want to remind you, deep divers, nobody is going to silence you. Nobody is going to silence me. The truth can't be silenced. It's impossible. So stop feeling like you are powerless and start realizing you're powerful beyond measure. See, perception creates reality. And when you say, always remind yourself of that. Perception creates reality. I always say it's only going to get better, deep divers. It's only going to get better. And it will. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But once again, they know this. They know that the mind, you can control your mind and literally create any world you want. They know this. They know this. So what they have to do is make sure that you are full of fear. Because the moment you're full of fear, you're not controlling your mind, someone else's. So once again, you don't have to be afraid of anything out there. You don't even have to be afraid of anything they show you on music videos and all of these things. This is just distractions, just distractions. It's just, once again, the whole world is a stage. And these artists are hustling as well. They need to get attention from you. But it's not, don't hate these artists. Once again, they're just hustlers. That's it. You have to be smart enough to see beyond it, to say, oh, I get it. It's all part of reminding yourself attention is the new currency. So to take back your power and to control your mind, be mindful of who you give your attention to. Don't give your attention to lower frequencies, lower vibrations. Don't give your attention to fear. Because I told you, this hasn't happened yet. But they've thrown out the idea. This guy, the governor of Florida, said we ain't having it. So I want to remind you every single day that they get you creating these realities. Let me send a shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's here. Magnolia, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. That's a generous offering from you there. Magnolia Stanfield, you are appreciated. I appreciate that. Thank you for constantly inspiring so many people throughout the years. I really appreciate the peace and perspective you bring. Keep going, strong one. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Kess, you are appreciated. I want to remind you, deep divers, there is a lot of good things that are happening on the planet. A lot of good things to look forward to. That, you see, the inorganic ones made a big mistake. And the mistake they made was because they were in a rush. Ever since December 21st, ever since that date with the Great Conjunction, Ever since that date, deep divers, with a great conjunction, they've been in a big rush. And a lot of people don't know why. You see, it all coincided with December 21st, 2020, which was actually 2012, the end of the world as we know it. And what happened is that we moved into a new age, the age of Aquarius. And this is why there's a big rush right now. Everything is rushed because time is running out for the inorganic ones. In fact, their time is already up. And right now, they can't allow people even a second's rest. So it's one thing after another, after another, after another. But how you get out of this is to say no. How you get out of this is to not give them your energy, attention, or your time. How you get out of this is by not being afraid. The world is waking up and it's about time. It's long overdue. You see, their greatest power is your fear. That's their greatest power. But their greatest fear is that you wake up to your true power. Slow motion this side. And once you wake up to your true power, it's over. It's over. And this is what's happening to a lot of people. You see, like the ancients knew, there is no world out there. The world out there is the Maya, it's the illusion world. How did we all get in this predicament we find ourselves in? We forgot about that. We went outside of ourselves. We forgot to go within. And this is how the world is in this state right now. Blessings to you, Ralph. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. This is where the world finds itself in right now. Because we ate the forbidden fruit. Because we left the garden, symbolically meaning who you truly are. You left that. And when you leave that, you now are a second-class citizen in someone else's world. That's what's happened. You see, let me just shout out to everybody who's here. Make sure you smash the like button, deep divers, and share this link. Shavada, you are appreciated. Blessings to you, Ralph, and everyone in this chat. I wish everyone here good health and prosperity. We have to be up. Up is up in this down world. Stay strong, people. Let love guide you. Oh, I like that. I like that. Absolutely. We have to stay up in this down world. You see, they want your frequency low. The inorganic ones need your frequency low because you see, fear is a food source. Fear is a food source. Fear is how they get fed. And the more fear you have, it generates food. And this is how they survive. They need fear. If you don't have fear, they can't eat. It's vampires out here, deep divers. Fear is their fuel. Fear is their food source. So the more fear that's generated every single day, the more they get fed. If there's nobody afraid, they cease to exist. I told you. Fear blocks your manifestation. Fear blocks your manifestation. Have you ever noticed, deep divers, when you're not afraid, you start to manifest, you start to create your own reality? So this is the solution for everything that's happening. Do not allow yourself to be afraid. Nobody's coming to get you. I told you. It was written in the book of life. Right? So once fear has gone out of the window, you can now start coming back home. And this is what we all have to do. We got to come back home. We got to remind ourselves that, you see, the internet is nothing more than a biological. The internet is nothing more than the DNA. The DNA is a biological internet. The internet is modeled off the DNA. So before the internet, how were people connecting? Before mobile phones, how were people connecting? They were doing it. Ask your great-great-grandmother, right? They were able to do it with their minds, telepathy, all kind of things. You didn't need a phone to do that. You didn't need a phone to call someone. But as time went on, they created these things and people became dependent on the technology. And now they forgot about who they were. Until eventually, you now became the technology. You became the AI. And this is the end goal. Like I told you, there's either ascension or descension. Either you're going up, either you're elevating in life or you're going down. Now, there are many things. Night, you are appreciated. Talk about shadow people in sleep paralysis. Hey, there are many people who are now starting to realize what's really going on. And that the moment you were born into the illusion in itself. And it's very simple. All the illusion is to take you away from yourself. That's all it is. It's just a distraction. You see, none of this would have happened in the first place. No global pandemic, none of this, if people had stayed here. Because when you are in this state, you're a sovereign being, you're free. But you see, what happened is people actually forgot about the beauty of being alone. There's a reason why a lot of spiritual masters, they were always alone. Buddha, all of these people, Jesus, all of these people. You don't see them with tons of people around them. You see the Buddha meditating alone for a reason. Why was the Buddha meditating alone for a reason? Because he knew that the crowd is the matrix, right? The crowd is the distraction. You got a lot of people right now on the planet who they can't be left alone by themselves. They don't know what to do. If they're left by themselves, they have a panic attack. They have to be around the crowd. And the crowd is what brings you into the matrix. Because growing up, you had the peer pressure. Let's take some alcohol. I told you. Once again, you're dealing with spirits. So everything in the matrix is designed for you to be part of the herd mentality. And this is why a lot of people, you know, you want to keep up with the Joneses. You want to compare yourself to other people on social media. When this is part of the trap, you want to learn how to be sovereign and free and stand in your own truth. So that's the only way out of this. You're going to have to learn how to be alone and realize you're not alone. You're going to have to come back home. Because so long as you're following the crowd, you're only going to be a sheep. And as beautiful as sheep are, they only get led to the slaughterhouse. You see, sheep, they just follow. That's all they do. Sheep don't question anything. They don't even know where the hell they're going. But once again, the analogy, you always see a lot of sheep, right? But you only see one wolf by itself or two wolves. But when it comes to sheep, you got a whole load of sheep going in the same direction. Let me bring up some sheep, right? Because I want to show you. I got like a cool technology. I can just bring up any video I want. Noble, you are appreciated. Keep dropping that knowledge. Absolutely. So this is the sheep deep divers, right? This is humanity. And this is why I told you, this is how the inorganic ones control you, through the sheep mentality. The sheep herd is the matrix. So long as you are a sheep, you will always be sent to the slaughterhouse with the rest of the sheep. Now, I told you, there's a lot of sheep there. And you don't want to be a sheep. Instead, you want to be a wolf, deep divers. You want to be a wolf instead of a sheep. See, the wolf is always free. That's why, symbolically speaking, the wolf is seen connected to the moon. You see, the moon energy, which is the feminine energy, lives in the truth. Right? You always see a wolf on a full moon, right? Howling on a full moon. So, we're diving deep. So the wolf is actually the lunatic, right? The wolf is the lunatic. The wolf is the lunatic. That's why you will always see a full moon and a wolf there. Right? The wolf howls to the full moon. Because the wolf is smart enough to know what's happening. You can't domesticate a wolf, but you can domesticate a lot of sheep. Now, I told you, look at the difference between the sheep and the wolf, right? That's the difference. So always remind yourself, there's a reason why the wolf, this is higher knowledge, is there with the full moon. Because ladies, you know what happens on the full moon, right? Ladies, you know what happens on the full moon, right? You see, the moon controls everything dealing with emotions. And this is why they spoke about how anytime it's a full moon, people start acting funny. They start becoming lunatics. In other words, they start to wake up. Right? They start to wake up. Because the full moon is going to awaken you to what's actually going on. And this is why they noticed even in medieval Europe, whenever it was a full moon, people started to act crazy. They started to be crazy. They started to awaken on a full moon. And this is where the term comes from, a lunatic. Lunar, moon, lunatic. Someone who is being influenced by the full moon. And that's what a wolf is. It's a lunatic. You see it howling there by the full moon. Now, once again, symbolically speaking, the wolf is free. The sheeps are slaves. So the sheeps aren't there with a full moon. It's daylight and they're all bunched together. This is exactly what's happening on the planet for many people, under a deep sleep, blindly following. I told you, the crowd is the matrix. So you have to learn that you don't want to be around a lot of people for the sake of being around a lot of people, because you have to remind yourself, many people are only going to lead you to the slaughterhouse, including friends. You call them friends. They're not your friends. They're just leading you to the slaughterhouse. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's here. Reading all of your comments, deep divers. Reading all of your comments. Once again, I want to send a shout out to everyone who's left an offering. You are appreciated. Everybody who's left an offering, you are appreciated. Everybody who is here. Angela, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to Angela. So right now we have to remind ourselves, deep divers, to not be the sheep, not just follow the crowd, not just choose to be powerless, but instead choose to be powerful. Angela, you are appreciated. Angela Nelson, I come from a Christian family. Dad is a preacher. I feel more free now than ever. I chose to completely homeschool my kids. Thank you, love. Thank you, brother. Hey. That's beautiful. That's beautiful to see. That's beautiful to hear. So I want to remind you that right now, you have to remind yourself, are you part of the problem or part of the solution? Plain and simple. You don't have to complain about a system if you're not giving your energy to it. All you have to do is to say, actually, I'm not going to comply with the system. All you have to do is to say, actually, I'm going to be sovereign being. All you got to say is 7-day vegan challenge. I'm going to eat to live. What do we got? Avocados, zucchini, olives, peppers. I'm going to raise my frequency so high, I'm going to be able to get out of this BS that's happening around me. That's all you got to do. See, the secret is to raise the frequency, and you won't be affected by anything that's happening. If everybody did that, the world would be transformed instantly. But the reason why you can control someone is if they're already on a low frequency. See, a lot of people, because there's levels to the game. There's levels to this shit. A lot of people are still so plugged into the matrix that they forget what's actually going on. A lot of people don't realize that your participation into the system is what's causing the inorganic ones to get fed every single day. And that's why the only way out is in. That's the only way out. The only way out is in. Shout out to Lynn Winters. And that's the thing, deep divers. Whenever I do these live streams, the chat goes so fast. Lynn Winters, you are appreciated. Love Bomb, Let me do a love bomb for you, Lynn. You are appreciated, Lynn. Love bomb. Shout out to the Vibe Tribe family. One love, Ralph. One love to you. You are appreciated, Lynn. So it's time to not be a sheep. And it's time to remind yourself that we are all collectively responsible for what's happening. Many people who are just sheep hold the most responsibility for what's happening. Because these are people who don't question, they don't think, they blindly follow. How's the day going? Like I told you, deep divers, I already put out a video, it's already gone viral. And this one, I'm just doing a live stream because I want to just connect with people. Carlos, you are appreciated. Life is fantastic. Life is good, deep divers, every single day. Every single day, life is good, right? We're moving with the waves. We're swaying with the wind. Every day, life is good. So I want you to remind yourself, Leo Adams, you are appreciated. Thanks for your shining light. I appreciate you. I want to remind you right now, we can all take back the power. Gail, you are appreciated. Leo Adams, you are appreciated, of course. Gail Emma. Love you, Ralph. Thanks for speaking. Thanks for speaking truth. I love that. I love to share with you all. I love to share with you all. I want to remind yourself, deep divers, you are the light. And right now, we have to all be the light, but also integrate the darkness. You see, I told you. Shadow work is the way out of this. Everything that's happening on the planet is nothing more than humanity's shadow. And the only way around this is to integrate the shadow. Watch my video on shadow work. Watch my video on shadow work. Read my book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. That book goes into shadow work. So you have to remind yourself that you might say what is happening out there has got nothing to do with me. No, what is happening out there with the global pandemic and everything, even in the music industry, is all part of humanity's shadow. Right? It's all part of the shadow of humanity. And that's why I told you, heaven and hell are a state of mind. So because people are so polarized, you might think this is satanic and this and all of these things. Yes, they are deceiving your children, but at the same time, that's also part of your shadow side. It's all part of your shadow. That's why you got to do shadow work. And that's why religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for people who've already been there. Because people who are on the spiritual journey, they've done the shadow work. They're doing the shadow work. They realize these are my shadows. And you can't hate your shadow because it grows even more. You have to integrate your shadow. So this is how to find ultimate freedom. Every single day. The negative things you see in the world are also aspects of yourself. The negative things you see in the world are also aspects of yourself. Unresolved issues collectively. This is why the world seems like it's in a prison, because you've been living in a prison your entire life. You've disowned the shadow side. And now the shadow side is at your doorstep. Now you got to cover up. This is all symbolism. Now your voice has been taken away. Your freedoms are being taken away. So this is actually the hero's journey. Because right now you got to show the universe what you're made of. How is this story going to go? You have to triumph against everything that's around you. You have to become the hero. You have to become the hero. You have to say, actually, we're going to learn from this lesson. This is all a lesson. We're never, ever going to take our freedoms for granted again. Every time I'm on the beach, like just free like this, hey, I'm going to say, wow, I'm so fortunate to be here. Such a blessing to be here right now. Such a gift to be here right now. You see, freedoms get taken away when you take them for granted. Human beings took life for granted. Serene Grace, you are appreciated. Human beings took life for granted. Every single day, a lot of people just thought, hey, I can just hop on a plane and go anywhere. When you've been used to a way of life, you forget to say thank you. You just take it as a given until they're taken away. And this is why you're seeing people starting to wake up, because the blanket has been pulled from you. The sheets have been pulled from you. It's like someone comes in the middle of the night and takes the sheets off you. You're like, oh my gosh. That's exactly what's happened. Or someone has poured cold water all over you. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's here, Serene Grace, you are appreciated. Truth is the freedom, even if it is hard to see. Thank you so much, Serene Grace, you are appreciated. The truth seen will bring freedom from pain, fear, and confusion. Be true to yourself and begin. We got this, deep divers. Hey, we got this. Just sharing some good energy with you. Serene Grace, you are appreciated. And yes, like I said, you know, send good energy to DMX, his soul, and all the people who need it right now. Like I told you, you have to remind yourself life is sacred, life is precious. Make sure you're taking care of your friends and family, your loved ones, and make sure you're sending out good energy. Like I told you, it's time to get right with yourself. It's time to get right with the planet. Right now, we're seeing a lot happen. And this is all a wake-up call. It's all a wake-up call. Metaphysical Mike, you are appreciated. I'm on a Ralph Smart marathon. Way better than the fake material on Netflix. Authenticity is sexy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to remind you, deep divers, as I'm sharing, I want to remind you, you are just as powerful as me. You are just as powerful as Ralph Smart. You see, you have a voice, you have a platform. So don't stop sharing your truth. Don't stop sharing your truth with the world. Don't stop feeling like what you do doesn't matter. No, everything you does matters. It's called the butterfly effect. Okay, when a butterfly flaps its wings, okay, thousands of miles away, a typhoon is created. It's the butterfly effect. So you got to remind yourself that the butterfly effect is real. It only takes one candle to light 1,000. It's only ever taken one person to change the world. That person is not me. In your life, that person is you. So as the Great Awakening continues, the revolution won't be televised. The revolution will be internalized. And this is how things will turn around on the planet. It's not something which is going to be a lot of noise. It's going to be something that's very quiet. In a quiet moment, you're going to get it. You're going to wake up and you are going to change the world in the most powerful way. Just by your actions, just by your state of mind. And this is the true revolution. This is the true revolution right here. That's the true revolution. The revolution won't be televised. It will be internalized. You see, when you go within, you find all the answers. All the answers arrive at your doorstep. The problem is a lot of people are going outside of themselves every single day. As soon as they wake up, they get distracted. As soon as they wake up, they compare themselves to other people on Instagram. So remind yourself to stay within who you are. Kinfolk, you are appreciated. If it's not helping you evolve, it's a distraction. Slow motion this side. Amy, love your work. I appreciate you, Amy. If it's not helping you evolve, it's a distraction. So that's why I was telling you, a lot of these things in the Matrix are just distractions. That's all, just distractions. But I want you to remind yourself, we live in an inverted world. They've turned what was sacred and they've made it something so-called negative. But it all started out as something very, very uplifting and empowering. And that's why knowledge is key. That's why knowledge is key. Here you see the swastika. In the Sanskrit, it means well-being. So they use that symbol and they turned it to something bad. Here, people might think these are the horns of the devil. No, this is the Apana mudra. You got to study the mudras, right? People think this is a negative symbol. This is a very, very empowering symbol. This is an apple. This is the pentagram. The elements, right? Once again, here we have the caduceus. And that's actually the emblem of medicine. They're smart enough to know that. And that's why they have it as their emblem, right? The caduceus. So you have to educate yourself to say that everything that you think is bad is not bad, is just inverted. It once started out of something very uplifting. So there's nothing to fear. Once again, you don't have to fear celebrities. You don't have to fear videos. You don't have to fear anything they're showing to you. All you have to do is be free from fear. Be free from fear and you take back your power. There's no fear here. That's why she's enjoying herself so much. There's no fear here. That's why she's manifesting. No fear. changes your entire life. Oh, there's fear here. That's why she's not manifesting. So right now we're starting to see an awakening. People are starting to see that everything that glitters is not gold. The music industry is starting to get exposed for what it really is. See, music itself is very pure. And there are some phenomenal artists out there, even in the industry, who have great intentions. But you see, if you want to get to the top of the music industry is controlled by the inorganic ones. Not music, but the industry is, right? There's real music and there's a music business. The music business is owned by the Lord of the Underworld. And if you want to get to the top of that, you're going to have to do some rituals. Or what would you do for a Klondike bar? You're going to have to do some handstands upside down, right? If you want to get to the top of the music business. But if you want to be the best artist, you don't have to sell your soul. You can still be the best artist. So learn how to have integrity. Learn how to have integrity. Ralph dropping gems, love it. Absolutely. So like I told you, it was written. It was written. It was written. Everything that's happening now was written about. Money, power, you are appreciated. Thank you, Ralph. I managed to heal my foot injury without a doctor through meditation and vegan diet and frequency music. Thanks to you and the light workers. I'm slowly leaning into the alchemist. Blessings to you. You are appreciated. So like I say, it was written. Even in Revelation, it was written. Revelation 13, 16 to 17, verses 16 to 17, he causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one may buy or sell except he who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. They told you. A lot of people don't realize prophecies are being fulfilled. Let me read it one more time. You see, I told you, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. But you got to remind yourself, all of these scriptures hold a lot of truth. Because everything they talked about in Revelation is happening right now. Let me read it for you one more time. Revelation 13, 16 to 17, verses 16 to 17. He causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one may buy or sell except he who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So if you look around what's happening, what mark are they talking about in the Bible? What mark are they talking about in the Bible, deep divers? What mark are they talking about? 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 I'll let you figure it out. I'll let you figure it out, deep divers. So I keep telling you, it was written. And that's why you got to remind yourself that all of this was written about. thousands of years ago that we would enter a time like this. And your salvation is you. We are the ones we're waiting for. But you also have to remind yourself now, you have to start speaking up. Now you have to choose which side you're on. Now you have to wake up from the dream spell. Everybody here, make sure you smash the like button, deep divers. Smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. Having some fun. Nafisa Jackson, you are appreciated, dear. You are loved. You are appreciated. Ralph, a beautiful being you are. I have been a deep diver for over a decade. Wait a minute. Thank you so much. I am so proud of you. I am also proud of everyone sharing love and resources. Thank you for showing us what is possible. Hey, this is for you. This is my appreciation for you. This is called summer. Let's take it to church, deep divers. That was for you. Nafisa, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. Everybody here who's here, you are appreciated. Remind yourself, unity is the only thing that can get us through this. Angela Nelson, you are appreciated. What are your thoughts on marriage? Does not feel like freedom. Remind yourself that always follow your intuition. You don't need a certificate from the Matrix to be married. So marriage is really a business in the Matrix. And that's why they make billions of divorce, right? It's a whole industry. But the true marriage has to do with two spirits aligning and becoming one. So many wonderful deep divers here. You see, I want to remind you as well, deep divers, that a lot is happening on the planet. And you got to remind yourself the reason why Ralph Smart is still here after 10 years, looking healthier than ever, younger than ever, and I'm always going to be here because I'm protected every single day, is because I had to choose which side I was on. And this is the side of upliftment, elevation, helping people. And this is the most empowering choice you can make, to say, actually, I'm not going to be a slave in the system. I told you, in the industry, in life, in society, you're always replaceable. When you're working in the Matrix, when you're working in the industry, you're always replaceable. And this is why a lot of even these artists, they end up with alcohol problems, drug problems, because the industry uses you, then spits you right back out. The industry doesn't want to say, hey, let's protect your mental health. It just wants to use you like a battery. So like in the film The Matrix, they told you, Morpheus told Neo, It is to turn a human being into this. And he held up a battery into this, right? A battery. That's what it's about. So you have to remind yourself every single day, stay as free as you can. Don't always go where the crowd is. Don't always follow the sheep. Some of them might even be your friends and family. In a world full of sheep, choose to be a wolf. I told you, the wolf is the free one. The wolf is the free one, not the sheep. The sheep only get led to the slaughterhouse. And I told you, there's so many sheep, so many, only a few wolves, right? Only a few wolves, but there's so many sheep. And anytime you have a lot of people doing the same thing, it's a trap. Anytime you have huge levels of conformity, everybody doing the exact same thing, don't do it. Don't do it. Because these sheep don't know where they're going. They have no idea where they're going. They don't even care about where they're going. They're just walking. It's a beautiful day out there. But the wolves always know where they're going. Right now it's a full moon. It's a full moon. Let's check this out. See, the wolf is more aware than the sheep. The wolf is more aware than the sheep. So what is going to get us out of this, and what's going to get you out of this, is awareness. It's time to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. It's time to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. And it's time to get back your power. But like I told you, everything that was written about is coming true. You just have to read Revelation. You just have to read Revelation, deep divers. That's all. Everything they spoke about in that book, and you don't have to believe in the Bible, but everything in Revelation is happening right now. Revelation 13, 16 to 17, verses 16 to 17, he causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one may buy or sell. Did you read that? So that no one may buy or sell except he who has the mark or the number of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So that's a very important line. So that no one may buy or sell. In other words, they're telling you that if you ain't got that, you ain't going to be able to do shit. That's exactly what's happening. So everything in Revelation 13, 16 to 17, it's exactly what's happening in Saudi Arabia and Israel. If you don't have that QR code, you can't do much. You can't do much. If you don't have that, you can't do much. So this is what the world is slowly turning into. And the only way out is that you have to be a force. You have to stand up for what you believe in. Here we have the governor of Florida saying he's banning passports, health passports. That's a bold move. That's a bold move. But you need people like that who can come out and stand strong. So shout out to the governor of Florida. So I want to remind you, deep divers, we are all here to ascend. And anything that's not helping you evolve is a distraction. Anything that's not helping you evolve is a distraction. Anything that's not helping you evolve is a distraction. It's just a distraction. Just a distraction. Just a distraction. So you got to remind yourself that, let me shout out to everyone who's here. Are you doing the 7-day vegan challenge, deep diver? Shout out to everyone who's eating to live right now. We got a lot of fruits, deep divers. We got a whole lot of fruits to eat. Alexandria 825, you are appreciated. Vegan challenge for everyone. There's no such thing as junk food. There's junk and then there's food. Your choice. Wait a minute. Absolutely. This is for you right now. Let's go to the beach, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. So many beautiful deep divers. That was for you, Alexandria. 825, shout out to you. And it's great to see a lot of people who are eating to live right now. It's a lot of people who are realizing the link between what you're eating and what you're manifesting, how you're feeling. You see, a lot of people don't realize that everything that's happening right now has a lot to do with our attitude towards food. Like Alexandria said, there's no such thing as junk food. There's junk and then there's food. If you are eating junk, you're more easily going to be controlled. If you are eating to live food, cabbage, broccoli, apples, melons, cherries, gooseberry, grapes, olives, you're going to rise to a higher state of consciousness. So this is a solution for everybody. Remind yourself, you can literally change this whole thing around when you are eating to live. Because this is how they trap you. I told you. There was a hamburger, 20 years old. Woman pulled it out. It was like it was made yesterday. 20 years old hamburger in the Matrix. These foods don't age, deep divers. So when you learn that food is the medicine you need right now, make sure you are eating every single day. I'm hungry right now looking at this, deep divers. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? Feels so good to be alive, baby. It feels good to be alive when you're eating to live. Avocados. Where's the avocados? We got avocados here. We got every fruit here. I like this background, deep divers. I like this background. So remind yourself, deep divers, huge awakenings are happening. I want to remind you, you are part of the change. You don't have to be a spectator. Use your voice. Stop being afraid, because reality becomes what you focus on the most, right? Reality becomes what you focus on the most. If you think that you're going to live in 1984, that's what's going to happen. But if you say, wait a minute, humanity is going to get out of this one, that's what's going to happen. If enough people collectively focus on a reality, it becomes manifest. Therefore, be mindful of what you are feeding your mind. Be mindful of the narratives that which you are painting in your mind, because they will manifest. Everything you are thinking about will become a reality. So therefore, you have to learn how to control your mind and start living in the world. Start thinking of a world you wish to live in. Also, remind yourself, the greatest protest is going within. That's the greatest protest. See, if everyone did this, everything would end tomorrow. Today, in fact. The revolution won't be televised. The revolution will be internalized. So remind yourself, the battle, though it seems to be out there, the battle happening is actually inside of you. Between your two natures, your lower nature and your higher nature. And right now you have to make sure you get right with yourself. I told you. All the inorganic ones can do is move you away from your higher nature. That's all they can do. That's all it is. It's just an inversion. To move you from here to here to here. So you got to make sure you're on your way up. That's all. And then you've won. Fear keeps you down there. Fear keeps you in hell. Once again, fear keeps you in the underworld. Love keeps you in the higher realms. So right now you got to choose to take back your power. Choose to empower yourself. And once again, take care of yourself. And remind yourself. Speak truth to power. Every single day. Remind yourself, once again, everything was written about that's happening right now. But you see, the story isn't over. How this thing plays out is up to you. You can turn this whole thing around. But also remind yourself, everything you see, nothing is evil without your permission. That's why the ancients didn't believe in good or evil as we do right now. They realized heaven and hell was a state of mind. But I told you, inorganic ones know that you are afraid of everything. So what they will do is they'll throw these signs at you and think, oh my gosh, that's Illuminati. No. That's Illuminati. No, that's a Jihad Mudra, deep divers. Right? That's No, that's a Panamudra. So you have to educate yourself to see where all of these signs and symbols came from. This goes back over 5,000 years ago. The swastika actually means well-being in the Sanskrit. So like I told you, you're living in an inverted world. And this is why knowledge is so empowering. When you realize there's nothing to be afraid of at all. Nothing to be afraid of. When you do your research on all of these things, you realize there's nothing to be afraid of. So don't allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Allow yourself to be guided by love. Every single day, allow yourself to be guided by love. Every single day. Serene Grace, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Serene Grace, you are appreciated. Serene Grace, speak truth to power. Absolutely. Oh, that was for you, Serene Grace. That was for you, Serene Grace. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Angela Nelson, thank you for putting me on to 432 hertz. I fell asleep last night peacefully, and I got a lot of 432 hertz music, you know. And right now, you got to remind yourself that we all have to uplift. We all got to elevate. Once again, right now, we have to wake up fast. We got to wake up fast. We got to remind ourselves that love is the only way. You know, you want to ask yourself for better people around you as well. You want to ask yourself, ask the universe to send better people around you every single day. Because a lot of people get themselves in situations because of the wrong crowd around them. People egging them on. And you have to remind yourself that it's better to be a wolf than a sheep. It's better to be a wolf than a sheep. So many beautiful deep divers here. You know, you need to send people good energy. Send artists good energy. Send DMX good energy who needs it right now. Send everybody who has been misguided in this system. It's time for a rebirth right now. A lot of people can see the collapse before our eyes. It's over. Because you see, anything that's built on illusions and lies, it's only a matter of time before it comes crashing down. And what you're seeing happening on the planet is the crashing down. Right? A lot of people are starting to realize things aren't what they thought they were. Because right now, the awakening is happening. We all need to spread more love out into the universe. We all need to help each other. And we all have to stop hiding who we are. There is somebody out there who would love to see that person you're hiding. Always remind yourself of that. There is somebody who would love to see that person you're hiding to the world. You see, what it's going to take for this whole thing to turn around is for people who are silent to speak up. See, bad things happen when good people refuse to do nothing and watch it happen. Let me repeat that. Bad things happen when good people refuse to do nothing. Always remind yourself of that. So all of you people who are elevating, you have to do something because it's up to you now. Wickedness can only exist when the righteous choose to do nothing. When they watch the world burn, and then it will continue. But when someone says, actually, enough is enough, then great change happens. So you got to remind yourself, everything that you do is significant. You have more power than you can imagine. Your voice is more powerful than you can imagine. So don't choose to feel that you're inadequate. Choose to remind yourself every single day that you are powerful beyond measure. You're so powerful, in fact, it's unbelievable. So powerful, it's unbelievable. Like I told you, right now, it is time to elevate. Right now, it is time to be who you really are. Every single day. Don't allow yourself to get sidetracked. Don't allow yourself to be distracted from what you're here to do on the planet. Every single day, remind yourself it's your choice. Every single day, it's your choice. You can choose which world you want to live in. Every single day, I'm having great energy. People say, Ralph, gosh, how come you're always shining so bright? How come you're always full of energy? And what do I tell them, deep divers? What do I tell them? Beautiful deep divers, peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. And I'm just breathing in that good ass prana, baby, because it feels so good to be alive, deep divers.
Just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Just breathing in that good ass prana, baby.
Oh, we're having like a little party, deep divers. Oh, deep divers, I told you. You see, that's how we bring in the good ass energy. You see, that's how we bring in the good ass energy. Remind yourself. See, I play music like that just to remind you how beautiful life is. It's a beautiful world, deep divers. Don't forget to dance, to celebrate life, right? I'm celebrating life every day. It's a party. It's a party right now. It's a party right now, deep divers. You enjoying that? You're enjoying that. So like I told you, deep divers, to everybody who's here, Paul, you are appreciated. To everybody who's here, you are appreciated. Make sure you stay up to date. Sometimes I post on Instagram. Get updated there at official Ralph Smart. Add me there. And also make sure you check out the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/close. Get the book Feel Alive on Amazon, ralphsmart.com/the book. Remind yourself, deep divers, you know, we had a powerful, powerful show, and we don't stop. See, right now, everybody has to do what they can do in your capacity, because you are making a difference. I'm making a difference. Always. And so are you. I want you to remind yourself of that. You are making a huge difference. Let me shout out to Sonia. You are appreciated, Sonia. Absolutely. You know, send your prayers to DMX. Absolutely. We appreciate you from San Diego. Prayers for DMX. Absolutely. Send your prayers to DMX. Good brother there. It's just sometimes people will get caught up. But definitely, you know, send good energy to DMX's way. And remind yourself, deep divers, you know, elevation love is the only thing that's going to get you out of this. Because right now, we're starting to see a lot of hope. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are rising. And this is the great news. You see, before time, it was written. And you have to know what it is you're here to do on the planet. A lot of people get distracted. A lot of people get stuck in the lower realms. And in the lower realms, you'll always be deceived. You'll always be deceived. But if you can ascend, you can get out of this with not even a scratch on you. You can get out of this doing a little samba, baby. So remind yourself, how the story ends is always up to you, the choices you make. What you focus on, your lifestyle, your mindset, it's all up to you. Kesh, you are appreciated. Once again, deep divers, smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. We are live. And also, I want to read your questions. Kesh, you are appreciated. Love your great spirit, Ralph. I am starting my channel soon, and you have been one of my biggest inspirations. Thank you. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And let me give you some advice. If you're starting a channel, because I want to see you grow big, you're going to have to learn left hand, right hand. Left hand, right hand. You see, left hand, right hand, Kesh, is all about you speaking about things people are afraid to talk about. If you can do that, you're gonna grow exponentially. And this is left hand, right hand. And they do this all the time. Even the inorganic ones do this because they know about human psychology. So Little Nas X had to do a video like this for you to pay attention to it. So it's what we call getting smart. That if you want to make an impact, you can't be doing what everyone else is doing. You got to be able to stand out. You got to be able to stand out, especially in today's world. So make sure anytime you're creating, you can stand out from the crowd. If you do what everyone else is doing, you're only going to get what they get. But if you can choose to be unique, you're going to live in your own universe. Infinite Waters in his own universe. Right? Because nobody is doing what I'm doing. I'm in my own lane. I'm not doing what anyone else is doing. So this is how you grow. Learn how to be original, Kesh, and you're going to have a great journey. You're going to have a great journey. You see, a lot of people don't realize I wasn't leveling up. Early 2020, I said, wait a minute, I haven't even done one live stream. I said, oh my gosh, this is the missing link. Because Ralph, you're always in nature uploading videos. That's fantastic. Yeah. The one thing I was missing was live streaming. So I said, okay, let me master this live streaming thing. Then we mastered live streaming and now it's a wrap. So you got to learn how to be versatile. If you want to grow your channel, learn to be versatile. When they think you're going to strike in the west, strike in the east. This is the art of war. right? Sun Tzu, you got to learn how to be versatile. So I can come from any angle. I can drop a video at any time, right? So always remind yourself of that. But remind yourself, deep divers, you know, there are a lot of great things happening on the planet. Choose your freedom over everything. And remind yourself, we ain't even had breakfast yet. No, we ain't had breakfast. I told you, deep divers, I got the fruits behind me, though. We got the fruits behind me. We're going to eat breakfast. Remind yourself to stay elevated. Remind yourself that you can do anything you want to do. But you're going to have to take the first step. Once you become a creator, you manifest everything. And this is where you need to be at. You need to be a co-creator to say, wait a minute, I need to start creating something. And once you do, you can create your own universe, your own world. So always remind yourself there's a lot of things for you to do. Why do I live vegan? Because I love animals. I love the cat down the road. And also, it's healthy for me. So, deep divers, I love all of you. You are appreciated. And join me again. I'll be back. Also, check out the new video. You got to check out that video. Ralph Smart reacts to the green pus. So we're going to rock out, deep divers. I think a lot of people like that reggae song. So we're going to go with that. I love all of you. I'll be back tomorrow. As always. One love to everybody. You are appreciated. Where's that song? There it is. Deep divers, I love all of you. You are all amazing. Once again, smash that like button, deep divers. Smash that like button and share this link. I'll be back. Check out the new video as well, already up. I love all of you. Thank you. One love to everybody. We out. Peace.